Hello and welcome back to my F1 My Team career mode. We are back for another episode today. This should have been the Monaco Grand Prix, but yeah, we're just not going to talk about that. It started well and then didn't. So yeah, we're just going to go on to Azerbaijan. Mick won that race actually. So this is round 4. So far we've had 3 races and none of us we haven't both finished the race. Because he DNF'd in Imola and I DNF'd in Bahrain and Monaco. But we're going to go into qualifying for Azerbaijan now. I'm actually I don't want to say good, but I am. I love this track so much. But Azerbaijan is by far my favourite track to drive. Because it's this like difficult but not difficult at the same time, if you get what I'm saying. Anyways, coming towards the line with 21 seconds left in the session, we go fastest to set a 1:34.803 ahead of Norris and Gasly, and Leclerc goes second.
And a warm welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku, and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners, and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today, so our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully away from the barriers. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. And it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Reed lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Norris, Sergio Perez, and Tsunoda. Gasly, Bottas, Mick Schumacher, and Antonio Giovinazzi. Hamilton, Raikkonen, Esteban Ocon, and Sainz. Stroll, Russell, Nobuharu Matsushita, and Guan Yu Zhou. Ticktum, Latifi, Mazepin, and Jack Aitken. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
It has been a while since I started at the front of the grid. I'm not going to lie, the F1 AI is crazy when it comes to qualifying. So normally I don't get to start at the front, but I'm going to go for a one stop. As always, it's only a 25% race. I'm doing them now because they're easier for me to reduce more often. Because if it was a 50% race, you'd be getting like 2 episodes a week, and that's not good for anyone. So, without further ado, we are going to go to 5 red lights for P1 for the first time for Lotus. We are underway for that Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We get an all-right start. Verstappen to our left. He's going to pull right past us, getting a bit more speed into turn 1. We're going to keep it wide and keep it in front. Verstappen pulls behind a little bit there. Through into turn 2, and we are A-OK. Towards lap 3, Verstappen is right alongside of us as we go through into turn 3. You're going to have to take the outside line and hope to get past. We managed to get past. Verstappen doesn't hit into us. He very nearly does though, but he doesn't. And we managed to keep it out in front so far. Until DRS is enabled, we should be fine, except from down that main straight. Talking about that main straight then, here we are. Verstappen right behind. Norris not too far behind him either. We're going to have to use all of our ARS, all of our defending power to keep ourselves in front. Verstappen is so close. Fastest lap, he's right on our tail. We managed to keep it forward into turn 1. Our car is facing forward, no damage, and we're in P1. So far, so good. End of lap 2. Norris behind me coming towards turn 15. He is right behind us. Very, very close. I hate this corner for very many reasons. I mean, that's the corner where Hartley nearly killed Gasly. And that's the corner I've been taken out there many a time before. But we are all good. Facing forwards, which is always a positive. All 4 wheels on the track. All parts of my wing on my car. And not left. Down through the streets of Azerbaijan. Coming towards the line. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Norris is right alongside of us. Steals our fastest lap, which then is stolen by Perez, which is then stolen by Bottas. We managed to keep ourselves ahead. DRS enabled then. Norris gets overtaken by Perez, fighting it through. We're going to keep our pit stop strategy for lap 4. End of lap 3 though, Verstappen flies past with DRS. Norris is also going to try and get his nose involved.
He might make a mistake. Still regain the position.
We have managed to keep Norris behind us, but Verstappen, unfortunately, we were not as lucky. Going in to the turn 3, we are still behind him. Antonio Giovinazzi setting the fastest lap in the Alpine, though. Very interestingly done there. Right, into the castle section, and behind Verstappen. We're getting very close now, but we're not going to be able to get past. It's just not going to happen. Coming in to the pits at the end of lap 4. Ruining our fastest lap potential, but it's fine. We're going to have a look into the pit lane, see if we can get past, and we probably can't. We can get very, very close behind. So hopefully we can get a good pit stop and come out behind as well. Fingers crossed. Anyways, we're just looking for like a 2-second stop. He might even get held up by another car. 2.9. Yeah, no, we're out behind him. It's just not good enough. A little bit drifty on the exit there, but we're ahead of Norris still, and that's what's important here. We haven't lost any positions. DRS on Verstappen, but he's so far ahead, we're not going to catch up even with ERS. We might get kind of close though. Somewhat, probably about 0.8. And for some reason the well-drilled thing just won't leave my screen. It's been there since the end of that lap. Fastest lap 7.
Fastest lap of the race. Keep this
or
up.
lap 6 even. Only full green sectors, but it still is enough. DRS on Verstappen then towards turn 3. Hopefully we can get close to follow him through the next couple of corners. We are very, very close. So that is very good for us. Towards the end of the lap, purple sector 1. Going towards turn 13, 14 and 15. Because these straights in quotation marks, or whatever you want to call them, all have turns in them now. I mean, Imola, Russia don't even have a proper turn 1. But we're still behind Verstappen. However, lap 7, DRS on Verstappen. We go fastest lap. Have a look from the right and then look left again. We can't get past him, but we should get DRS for the next straight, and we do towards turn 3, sorry. We have DRS on Verstappen. We have a look around the outside, a cheeky little outside move. He hits himself into the wall and nearly hits into us. We're going to go left to get past him into turn 4. We have a look and we get it. We take the move and we've gone past him. He hasn't got any damage, which is good. And we are passed, which is also good. And the challenge still hasn't gone away. So, yeah, that's fun. Lap 9, Verstappen very, very close onto me. However, he can't get past. He will get DRS on me though. So I'm going to try and steal that DRS and go diving into turn 2. We've stolen his DRS, kept P1, and his teammate will have DRS on him. I feel kind of bad. I don't, I lied. Skipping ahead a couple of laps then, nothing has been happening. Heading towards lap 12, everything going well. We've been defending for our life because Perez is...
4.6 seconds.
Cheers, Jeff. Perez is right here with the DRS and he will get DRS towards turn 3 as well. But hopefully we can keep him behind. We'll have to wait and see if he actually does stay behind. Coming towards turn 3 now then. We brake and he is too far behind to make a lunge. Thank the Lord.
3 laps of fuel remaining.
Okay. Coming towards turn 15 then, Perez right on our right. He hits into us. Perez gives himself wing damage on us. I don't know what's gone on there. Mini player here. He's just losing his car and just sends it to the right and hits into the barrier. You moron. Anyways then, lap 13, coming through the castle section for the final time. I do love that corner, man. One of the most satisfying corners to nail. That and Eau Rouge and all of that sort of stuff. All my favourite corners to nail. Coming towards the checkered flag. Lap 13 out of 13. We haven't had a single retirement, and that includes Mick. So for the first time this season, Lotus will have 2 drivers finish the race.
Congratulations.
That's a hilarious statistic. This is our first time 2 drivers have finished the race for our team, and we still lead the constructors because every race that someone's finished, we've won.
And so ends another Azerbaijan Grand Prix, a fascinating race and a well-deserved victory. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
A show-stopping performance from the 3 drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure.
There you have it then. P1, Mick in P6. Fastest lap goes to us. We get followed by Verstappen, Norris, Leclerc and Tsunoda coming in 5th before our teammate. We're going to have a cheeky look at the standings then. Mick in P1 with 59 points, Verstappen in P2 with 55 and us in P3 with 52. This could be an intense championship. I mean, Norris is still highly in contention, only 17 points behind Mick. We're only 7, Verstappen is only 4. So any race from this season can change that. Constructors-wise, we are ahead with 111 points by 20 points on Red Bull, 52 on McLaren, and 65 on Mercedes. Thank you for joining me for this one. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. And I hope to see you next time for our next Grand Prix race to hopefully take the lead of the championship.